in many ways, what set the stage for our transformation at Cisco was eliminating performance ratings. This we did very early on in our journey, and we chose not to immediately replace them with anything at all. The feedback from our people, and certainly what the evidence was telling us, was that performance ratings weren't helpful, and so we switched them off. And what we discovered in doing so was actually that performance ratings sit in between our thoughts and our reactions to people at work and the actions that we take in response to those. We live in a world where, for some reason, in order to be able to act, we have to first evaluate, we have to assess, we have to affix numbers to people, if you like, and then we act in response to those numbers. What we found was that in removing the numbers, if you said to a team leader, how do you think you should develop a person? They could answer that question without having to first say, well, that person's a 3, so I'll develop them like this. If you asked a team leader, if you gave them a budget and said, how should you distribute bonuses across your organization, they were able to answer that question without having to first go, this person's a 4, so I'm going to pay them like this. If you asked them who they would recommend for promotion, they were able to answer that question without going, well, this person's a 2, so I don't recommend them for anything at all. Which is to say that team leaders can see very well what they would do. And that's the best intelligence that we can ever get in our organizations. We pay our team leaders to think about and guide the development and the reward and the work of their teams. And if we allow them to do that in a way that doesn't detour into ratings or 9-box scores or potential evaluations or any of those things, but we instead focus our energies on capturing as simply and reliably as possible the decisions or the recommendations that they make, then we discover that we get good data and we get momentum and we get empowerment. But you don't get any of those things if you live in a world that is constrained by performance ratings. And so one of our first steps was to take them away. I'm not going to mime that on camera because John will do something with it.